constant feel of damp and the glare of fluorescent light. Water drips down, the ballasts hiss and pop. In small towns with old schools, dark legends grow like mushrooms in the damp. In small towns where students grow to become women and men and settle nearby to have families of their own, generations can pass through the same doors and hear the same stories of what everybody knows, but no one can prove happened in the basement. I am the Whispering Man, and you are listening to Redbeard's Bell on Ghost Story.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Hang on. Man, this place is amazing. They're just gonna tear it down?
It's in terrible shape. 1912?
Long time to keep standing. When did you go to school here?
I'm a 90s kid. It was already falling apart when, then, so good thing they stopped holding classes.
Wow, look at this. Chicago Boiler Company, 1912.
Yep.
Well, you were right. This is probably the creepiest place I've ever seen.
And we're not even to the best part.
Oh yeah, Redbeard, you said.
Yep. You're not going to believe this, but we're going to have to go to the really deep part of the basement. Place where nobody goes.
What do you mean deep parts?
This part. Over here, I'll show you. See, thing is, this was originally built as two schools. A grade school on the 3rd Street side, junior high on the 4th Street. But the grade school burned down in the 80s, so this part of the basement isn't below a building anymore. Just a vacant lot.
There's no building?
There was one. The two basements were connected so the boiler could heat both buildings. Where we came in is still under the junior high building. This part of the basement just goes up to nowhere. See the stairs?
Oh yeah, they just kind of stop, don't they?
Uh-huh. They sealed them up with concrete when the grade school burned down.
This is really creepy.
The creepiest of pastas?
What?
You know, creepy pasta.
Oh yeah, I hate that term.
You're always so critical of everything.
What?
Nothing. It's in here.
What's in here?
The room I was telling you about. It's in here.
You mean this is where it happened?
Allegedly happened.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you feel it?
Totally. What was this, a break room?
This was his room. The janitor's. He actually lived down here, like an on-site caretaker.
This was the 70s, you said.
Uh-huh. What?
Well, I don't know. It's all so Freddy Krueger. A janitor who was a file. Kind of ruins the story if people think it's fake.
Do you think it never happened? Remember, people used to cover up stuff like that. I bet there were a lot of creeps that worked around schools.
Why do you say that?
Files want to be around children. School janitor? It's the perfect job.
Leave it to you to know stuff like that. Come on, man. I didn't mean anything by it.
It's not very funny.
You're right. I'm sorry. Really, I am.
I never know when you're making fun of me.
All right, so we're here. What's the story?
You recording?
Have been this whole time.
All right. So the story goes, there was this janitor, here back in the 70s. He was a little guy with a big red beard, like down to his chest. There was this rumor he was a hippie or used to belong to a cult or something. But when he worked in this school, he was every kid's favorite. He used to keep candy in his pockets, and you could ask him for some whenever you wanted. If you needed someone to talk to, he'd take the time. He was really popular, just a little weird.
Weird how?
That part changed depending on who was telling the story. From the sounds of things, he was probably just a stoner.
Alright, go on.
Okay, well, the thing is, the guy was really popular with the kids. But not all the kids. He picked one boy each year. And that one boy became his,
God.
Hey, he used the whole file playbook. Luring them down here with the candy, showing them porno mags, all the usual stuff. But he always kept it to one kid a year. One year, a boy told his dad. And that dad came down here and beat the crap out of Redbeard.
That's what they call him?
That's what we call him now. Beat the crap out of him, then told him he was going to go to the school board, the cops, everybody. Well, you know what happens to files in prison, right?
Yeah.
Before the dad came back with the cops, Redbeard takes out a utility knife, cuts his throat, ear to ear.
My God.
Cops found him in this room. He'd practically bled out on the floor.
Wow, I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah. And that's when the creepy stuff started.
What do you mean? That's not the creepy part?
Hang on, let me see something. Oh my God.
What?
It's still here.
What is?
Come here. Look at this. See this old bell?
Yeah?
That used to be hooked up to a button in the office. When there was something for the janitor to do, they'd ring this bell, call him in. After he died, they disconnected it. But that's when it got interesting.
What do you mean?
The kids were always sneaking down to this basement, see? See the room? It was like a dare. Rite of passage.
Come down to see Redbeard's ghost?
Close. But they said that Redbeard still haunted the basement, looking for boys to bring with him to hell. And if you heard Redbeard's bell, that meant you were going to be next.
That is messed up. I mean, it's a great kid's story, but it is really messed up.
You don't like it?
What?
I asked you if you didn't like it.
What do you mean?
I mean, come on, Kieran. I drive you all the way up here. I tell you this great story. I break you into this building, which is a felony, by the way.
What are you talking about? I just said it was messed up. Like, it was really scary.
I do all this stuff for you, and you just can't get another story for your thing.
Podcast.
Whatever. The point is, I do all this for you. And what do you give me back?
What are you talking about?
I'm so sick and tired of selfish people. People who only think of themselves. People like you. Selfish.
Is that a knife? Did you bring a knife?
You don't even recognize my existence.
What are you talking about? We're roommates.
I cover rent for you. I never ask you to pay me back.
I always pay you back.
And what do I get for your consideration? You never ask if I want to go out with your friends.
You hate my friends. You've said that like a million times.
You never ask if I just want to go to a movie. You don't even notice me. I'm tired of being treated like the furniture, Kieran.
All right, just stay back, okay?
You know, they're knocking this building down tomorrow. Your phony friends won't even notice you're gone until next weekend. By then, you'll be buried under 1,000 tons of rubble.
What's the knife for, Doug?
Give me the camera.
What?
Camera, now!
Okay, here.
Let's just frame you. Let's just frame you in your pretty mouth.
Look, Doug, I'm really sorry. I mean, you know I'm straight, right?
What's that got to do with it?
I had no idea. I'm really sorry. It must have been tough living in the apartment. Well,
You think I'm queer?
Well,
Of course you would think that. Reduce everything to base instincts. You don't understand.
Completely right. You're right. I don't understand.
You don't understand anything. This is about common courtesy. This is about treating people decent.
You're right. You're totally right.
Because when you don't treat people decent, there are consequences. Right?
Doug, just put down the knife.
You can't tell me what to do.
All right. I'm sorry.
You can't tell me what to do.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Not any more than he could tell me what to do.
What?
Stay there like a good boy.
Doug,
Listen hard for Redbeard's bell.
Doug, please.
For if you hear it, it will tell the hour and minute you go to hell.
Doug,
Listen hard for Redbeard's bell.
Doug, please.
You're going to bleed out in about 5 minutes. And tomorrow, they're going to knock the building down, and after that, you're going to be down here forever. Forever. With him.
Why?
Because. All right. So less than 5 minutes. I did what you asked. I did what you asked. So stop talking to me. All right? I don't want to hear you anymore. No more voices. No more. No. No.
Redbeard's Bell was written and directed by Jeffrey Adams. Our performers: Justin Kapla as Kierden, Cody Boyer as Doug. Soundscape design by Jeffrey Adams. Copyright 2017 by the Icebox Radio Theater.